And without further ado, Sergei Feretti's adult sons. Put your hands together.
Yahoo!
It's us,
Hi.
Sergei Feretti's adult sons.
A quick question, Jevin.
Yeah,
What is that name?
that's who we are.
Yeah. Is that a reference that I am ignorant of?
No, it's just something that I came up with after you asked me to come up with a name. I thought,
Besides
you know,
our dad's actual name, is there another?
yeah, it's the thing of how we're both adults and we were parented by Sergei Feretti. And that's kind of the basis of how I came up with that name.
You're like, we need to find a name for our duo set, and you're like sifting through your filing cabinet at home, and you came across your birth certificate.
Yeah, and it was right next to yours, which
I've
been meaning to give back to you, but yeah, and I did forget that we were parented by the same person, which is weird.
I forget all the time because I usually just call him Dad.
Yeah, I heard, I've been hearing you call him Dad. I've always been on the Mr. Feretti train, like it was my friend's dad. But no, that is our dad.
That's our dad. And we're here to do some improv for the gang in the chat. Gang in the chat, if you were to pick your father figure, give us a whole laundry list of people. Doesn't matter their gender, of who you like as your.
As long as you can put your tiny hand in theirs, it's any father figure will do.
Oh, I see. Like he's walking you down the road.
I was more referencing the song Father Figure.
If you make any pop culture reference, I will be.
I figured I was safe with music, but I will keep it entirely to things from my own brain that don't exist anywhere else.
I will need you to hold my tiny hand all the way through any cultural reference.
Tim, gladly.
Okay, good. Excellent. I'm gonna, in between our scenes, Jevin, I'm gonna use these little sticky notes to do little swipey swipes.
Oh, terrific.
You're welcome.
I'm not gonna do anything to assist or help you with that. I'm just gonna be here. Maybe I'll do this.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll see the back of my phone.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll do it with my thumb.
Yeah.
So I do worry about my thumb whorls being copied by Zoom and used for nefarious intent.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, you're more than welcome to keep on adding names, but let me just do a fun little list readout here.
Oh, sorry, I was not listening when you were getting the get. What are these names for?
These are what the audience wishes for them to have as a father figure.
Oh, yes, that is right. Okay, yes.
Other father figures. So we have LeVar Burton,
AKA the Reading Rainbow guy.
William Shatner, Orson Welles, Paul Bunyan.
See, now I'm not seeing Paul Bunyan.
Charles in Charge.
Charles from Charles in Charge.
Mufasa.
He's the one in that one. He's the one who's in charge.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mufasa encouraging all of us to remember who we are.
Is this an improv thing?
There's
Did somebody just ask if this was an improv thing? I'm so sorry. It is.
This is a legal case.
If this is improv, you legally have to tell me.
We got Fred Flintstone, Michael Monroe.
You're seeing like double the amount of names that I'm seeing. How is that possible?
I don't know. George Clinton.
I'm seeing George Clinton, and I'm
Robert Dimmy.
Clinton.
I couldn't tell you who that is.
What about Justine's mom?
Justine's mom. Father figure. David Shakespeare. Thank you, everyone. Add more if you wish. Welcome to the first set of Sergei Feretti's adult sons.
Which is us. Which is who we are.
Dad?
Yeah.
You You said to meet you here and look up into the stars when I need
Yeah,
advice.
can you see me? Am I coming through?
It's 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 summer in the bay. It's very foggy.
Oh yeah, I should be somewhere in the fog. If you just like kind of squint or kind of you ever do those things where you see an image and just it looks like a bunch of random chaos on the page.
Yeah,
You
like
have to
a
kind of
like a magic
soft
eye
focus.
poster.
Yes, magic. That's the one. I can never remember the name of those dang things. You know me.
Oh,
If you kind of
Dylan.
yeah get into a soft focus and you can see me in the fog, maybe. Oh, there you
Oh, there
go.
you are.
Hey, how are you? You
I
son of
wasn't
a gun.
expecting you to be at eye level. I was figuring you were up at the
Oh
top of
yeah,
the
no.
sky.
If the clouds are down here, I can be down here. So if it's really foggy, here I am.
Oh, that's so
Look at you. You're all
encouraging.
grown up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Oh
trying.
man. You're trying, well, you're succeeding. Time keeps passing for you, and your body is getting larger as a result.
Larger? You think it's just
Well,
getting
you're getting taller and broader. Looks like you've been working out, muscle man.
just
Come
stop.
on,
But
give me a flex.
uh,
Flex those biceps for me. Come on.
he-
Whoa, put those things away. Hey, whoa. No, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble. Come
I
on.
mean, you look great. You look very wispy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Did you see how I got rid of my legs? It's just kind of a
so it's
trail of fog now.
sort of just like a tail.
Yeah. I the second I could get rid of them, I did because I love just flying around.
You had some real ham hogs, and now you don't
Oh
have them
yeah,
anymore.
I had those standing calves. You know what I mean?
No.
Real bucket of snakes between my knee and my ankles.
Oh no.
No, it was a good thing. I could break into an 8 mile an hour sprint and like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I, I do have some questions to ask you.
Oh, fire away. I got all the time in the world. Not like you,
I
Mr.
just
40 years left.
that's do you know that for a fact? Do you
Oh
have
yeah.
information that I don't have?
It's not so much that I can see the future. It's more that it's a non-linear progression of time up here. So I've seen all of it, from the beginning to the end.
Uh, no spoilers, but is it like satisfying all of time?
You mean like the narrative arc of the universe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I won't spoil any of it for you, but it's like how did they think of that? You know what I mean? It's one of those.
That's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
Do they have like really clever callbacks?
There's surprisingly few, and it's mostly the callbacks are from us. We do the callbacks that
Oh,
we remember, and it's like there's so much that we don't even record. So it's like, how could we do a callback to it?
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I have some advice, and I've been,
You have advice for me?
no, I need advice. I
Oh,
don't have any
gotcha.
advice for you. You're
Sure.
further down the life road than me. I feel like only a father figure could answer these types of questions because I've been soul searching and really come up with nothing.
Okay.
Um,
I'll help you in any way I can.
should I dip into my retirement early to help pay off the house, or should I leave that, refinance the house, but then we might have to dip into like the emergency fund to hold us over? What do you think?
Great question. Very complex. Could I give you a minor spoiler?
If you think it'll be helpful, yeah.
Pretty much on any scale, even one lifetime scale, money isn't even real.
Huh.
And it's just like where you're at in your life, from what I'm seeing, do whatever you want. Like no holds barred, no laws can contain you. Run into the woods. I would recommend just run right into the woods
Uh-huh.
and stay there for a week or three. and see if you can survive without any of that, and then come back, and then it's all going to be like retirement funds, my mortgage. Who cares? You know what I mean? I wish I had done that when I was alive.
You wished you had run into the woods while you were alive?
Yeah, I remember distinctly remember thinking about it all the time when I was alive,
Oh, you wanted to
but I
run away
never did
from
it.
the life you had built with your family.
No, no, no. I wanted to run away from the life of my family, right into the woods.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It hurts a little. Hurts a little.
Oh, well, it wasn't because I didn't love you guys. It's just because I found that, living in the suburbs with you, and then it was like drive you to school, drive me to work, do the dishes, do the laundry,
Yeah,
and it was so little running right into the woods and communing with feral beasts, climbing a
feral
tree.
feral beasts that's something you wish you did more of?
Yeah, it's you got to contend with the beasts of the land. They roar, you scream back. They don't have words, but we do. I've kind of got a new philosophy up here, I guess,
Yeah, this
is
is
what I'm
real
saying.
like you got really into like transcendentalism or something after you
Yeah.
died.
Well, I keep worrying if I'm going to do too many spoilers. All the animals are up here too.
All the animals are in the afterlife.
All the animals and everything can understand everything else. So it's
So my
like it's
dog that passed away, it's gonna be up there when
oh
I
yeah,
get up there.
and it might freak you out at first because it'll talk to you. You'll be
Oh,
able to fully understand it, and it's like whoa,
what
I would have done things a lot differently if I had known it was going to be sort of an equal playing field once we all bid it.
are you are you because we're a meat eating family. Are you saying there's some sort of like repercussions to that because you have to hang out with animals that
It's
gonna
less
talk
like
now?
a punishment scale and more just like it's an awkward feeling,
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
like we kept this what is essentially like a really dumb person in our home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the dog couldn't speak to us or like speak its mind or have any of its feelings kind of satisfactorily met. And
Yeah.
now in
Is
this
there like some sort of community college up in the afterlife and you're taking a lot of like ethics and philosophy classes?
Yeah, I wanted to impress you, okay? I haven't been able to speak with you for a long time, and I wanted to be able to have a good conversation with you, and I felt like, I didn't have the words for it.
No, it's just it's good to see you having like a post-life crisis and like reinventing yourself in really interesting ways. But I don't know if any of the questions I have anymore are gonna. I don't know if you'll have answers for them. Maybe I don't know.
Well, hit me with a really hard one.
Okay,
No more
so
softballs.
Jimmy, your grandson,
Yeah.
is is getting into fights with kids on the playground, and so Janet and I are considering pulling him out of the school setting,
Mm.
either homeschooling him or going to the private Catholic school in the neighborhood, but the finances of for affording Catholic school is difficult, and then the pressure of like running our kids' own education
Yeah.
while comforting and knowing that we know what's being taught. Will the social impacts, of closing them off from their
How
peers be a negative?
how's he doing in the fights?
In the
Is he winning the fights? Is he instigating the fights? Is he losing?
He's doing a lot of pushing
Doing a
and
lot of pushing?
mostly instigating. I think mostly the adults come in and break up the fight before there's like a winner declared.
Okay. Maybe have him start fighting the adults at his school. That might
What?
do it.
What? Why?
Well, it's important to have a good goal to try and punch above your weight class, as it were, because otherwise you're never going to learn. If you're picking on people that are smaller than you, that's just kind of sport. It's not a contest.
Uh-huh.
He's not pushing his boundaries far enough. So I'd say have him fight a teacher, some of the janitorial staff. That would be really cool because they're kind of hard Scrabble.
Are you I feel like you're trying to fill a lot of time in the afterlife. Are you catching up with the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and now you have a lot of like aggro
I hear a lot of people
advice?
talking about that, but it fits outside of the arc of the universe, the narrative arc of that whatever that is. I don't have access to it up here. It's
Oh,
just
you
like
don't.
so far out that I've never even been able to
So this
listen
is
to a
this is
second of it.
just your own ideas now.
This is straight off the top for me.
okay.
I say, have him beat up the biggest teacher in school, the strongest teacher,
I'm
or try
reluctant.
to.
Okay, Dad, I gotta say I'm reluctant to take that advice, but I'll bring it up to Janet and
Well,
see.
if you move him to a Catholic school, it's going to be the same thing. You start to homeschool him, he's just going to try and beat you up. And I don't want that. That's family fighting family.
Yeah. So you okay? All right. So you think the fight is just going to be a thing, and I've got to weaponize it against our enemies? I'll write that down.
Well, you weaponize it against your enemies. Use it to turn them into a stronger, more well-rounded individual. Do a kung fu thing. Don't do a suburban dad thing. Is what I'm saying.
All right. So you're like, if our footings were switched and you were back on Earth, you would spend more times in the wood with feral animals.
Yeah.
And you would encourage more violent interactions to sort of protect the family and assert dominance in sort of an animalistic way.
I don't want to encourage violence. I'm saying if violence is the intent, if violence already there, directing it towards so it's productive.
Yeah.
Beating up people that are smaller than you, weaker than you, that's not productive. That's just cruelty.
Dad, I'm really reluctant to ask this third question that I've had on my father-son spiritual meeting list, but
whatever it is, it's not going to stop me from loving you so much.
Okay.
I would say I can't wait for you to get up here, but that sounds like I want you to die, and I definitely don't want that. I want you to enjoy your time on Earth, run into the woods, scream at a boar. It's great.
It says here that I don't
Did you write out a list of questions to ask me?
I wrote it out because I know I'd be so overcome with emotions that I'd forget what I wanted to ask you, but this meeting has gone very differently, and I know exactly what the questions are. I haven't forgot them at all.
Means a lot to me.
Jan and I are having issues, intimate issues. And I don't even want to finish this sentence. It's encouraged, we're being encouraged to explore scenarios. I don't even
like fantasy, like role play is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I gotta give you my honest opinion on role play. As your dad,
yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like role play.
No.
When I go into a sexual situation, and I'm glad you're here to listen to this. When I go into a sexual situation,
if only this fog would dissipate and you would just disappear, but it's really thick and you're really stuck.
Oh yeah, the fog. I'm I got my friends, the old west wind. He's blowing it through, so I can be even more physically present with you. When I'm in a sexual situation, when I get my mind, my body, and my soul into that mode, it's all me. It's all me. There's no veil. I'm not pretending. I'm not being a character. It's just me, your dad. And the idea that I would be the mailman or a college professor or a cop, it's just not me.
Right.
It's me, your dad. And I go into a sexual situation and I'm just 100% me. A little bit more animal than usual, but that's because the mask is off. Okay? I'm laying myself bare, mind, body, and soul, leading with the penis.
All right. Okay. Listen, this was a good trip down memory lane, and I'm glad we got to talk.
I love you so much, and I miss you.
I miss you. I'm not sure how much I can put this into practice, but I will.
When you go into a sexual situation,
I don't
lay yourself bare, okay? Don't pretend to be anybody else.
Like, okay, you got it. I just feel like that was the thing that I was trying, and it's not working. I'm being asked to do something else.
Then maybe is your wife not coming as herself? Is she just still have some walls up, a facade?
I mean, we're both unclothed, but I don't know. I feel like
Oh,
it's
so
like
this goes
fuzz.
beyond the physical. Okay, I tried to explain it as best I could.
Okay, okay. I'll read another book. I guess I got to read books.
Read as many books as you can. Oh, it's so important to enrich your mind.
Oh, you missed that too.
Well, no, we got all the books up here, or most of them at least.
You got all the books, none of the podcasts.
We've got one podcast. It's Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. That's the one we have up here. Hi.
Hey,
So, Johnny's dad. What was your name again?
Darren.
Darren, Johnny's dad. Hi. So he's been in class for a good 6 weeks now, and the days that he shows up, he is lovely, lovely, lovely. Such a good boy.
So all of the days, he's lovely.
Tuesdays,
Mhm.
lovely.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays he comes in. Thursdays he comes in. I don't know if it's a day starting with T thing, but I don't see him Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Huh.
Yeah. And I must reiterate again, listen to me. He is lovely, a lovely presence, beautiful boy, social butterfly, smart as all get out.
Love to hear it.
But I only see him 2 days a week when I should be seeing him 5 days a week.
Okay. Well, now this is starting to make some sense.
Do you have more info maybe than I have?
Yeah, well, because, I would say maybe 2 out of the 5 days of the week, I'm at home, working from home from my laptop. Things are going smoothly at work.
You work
But
2 days a week?
I work 5 days a week, but I would say
Okay.
2 out of the 5 days, things are
You're
running
home.
smoothly.
Mm,
I can focus a lot.
okay.
And then about 3 days out of the week, I just feel very unproductive,
Oh,
and I feel it. I feel like there's like a huge burden that's
oh
hanging
no.
around, and like it's almost like a knocking and scratching noise that's like, let me out, and it's like, gosh.
Oh, interesting. That's okay. So what days are those?
Well, it's hard to really pin those down. I don't do like diaries or anything, but I would say maybe like
Not a big calendar
every
guy.
other day during the work week.
So starting on a Monday, you hear this noise?
I start work on Mondays, yes.
And then you would hear it again on Wednesday, and then I'm assuming you hear it on Friday.
Oh, well, gosh, I guess that's so.
Do you have pets? Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat?
No, I'm very allergic, and they say
Very
that
allergic.
hypoallergenic cats don't affect it, but
Yeah.
I would beg to differ. My
I
eyes
I
prove
I get that.
otherwise.
I have a deathly dog allergy, and it's hard for me to live in just about any city.
And to be frank, I don't have that like nurturing, caring gene, like
Oh,
the plants in
okay.
my house are in dire need of water, but
But you keep buying more plants, and I gotta respect you for it.
you just try to do what you're supposed to do.
Interest. Okay, so Tuesday and Thursday, those days are fine.
Oh, I'm lickety spit on it.
And I'm assuming you wake up your son, take him to school those
uh
days.
yes, the school bus doesn't come around our block, and I don't want him walking
Sure.
blocks and blocks and blocks, so
Yeah.
I drive him to school and I come back.
Oh, okay, that's great. But only on those 2 days you do that, and then you work. What?
Hmm?
So I, it seems to me, and I don't know if I'm overstepping here. I'm just a teacher. It seems to me that
And
you
I gotta
maybe
say,
okay.
maybe you hear this all the time. I support teachers, and I think you should
Oh,
get paid more.
that means so much to me. It's it feels good to hear it so often, but to never get paid more. You know what I mean? Just the words mean a lot to me.
And I wish I had a job that would, lickety split, snap of the fingers, and the system's changed. But sometimes we just
I wish you had that job too. What can I say? But I do think your child is maybe locked in his room on the days that are harder for you. You know what I mean?
ah could
Very, very difficult.
that seems unlikely.
Mm. Now, why is it unlikely? Tell me
Well, it just
what
it
makes you
just
think that they're not locked in their room?
well, I would not do that. I mean, you hear about people doing that, but I'm
Yeah,
not that people.
monsters, of course. I don't mean to imply that you're doing it on purpose.
It's just
Maybe
that,
you've got a somnambulism issue.
sometimes there are days where Johnny is just up and at 'em
Hmm.
and, ready to go out the door. And then there's
Love that.
sometimes where I have to open the little window, those windows we have at the bottom of our child's bedrooms, and then you slide the food in, and then you slam it shut, and then you clomp off to your office on the other side of the house. Sometimes days feel like that.
So it's very interesting. I'm starting to get a picture of what the inside of your house is like. Can you describe a little bit more, like room to room, what we're dealing
Sure.
with in your
Well,
house?
my office is towards the front, and it's got floor to ceiling bay windows
Oh,
with
beautiful.
lovely greenery, and
A lot
then
of natural
and
light.
then there's some, there's the foyer,
Uh,
and we have our there's the wall where we measure, how tall Johnny
with
gets
the
over
yeah,
the years.
well, I love
Very
those.
cute.
Yeah.
And then, we're towards the end of the house, we're looking to that's like the future projects, you're like
Mm,
homeowners, you got a long laundry list of
yeah.
projects to
Uh-huh.
do.
Adding another wing or just building furniture.
And it's, renovating and updating,
Hmm.
because towards the end of the house where Johnny's room in, it's very industrial, and it's
Mm.
it's bare steel, and there's
Oh,
there's the keypads that are back there. You got to really
okay.
punch in the codes hard and
Kind of
slow
very
down to be.
very Spartan but high tech.
It's like it was high tech when they built the house,
Mm.
but
Gotcha.
it's a little on the fritz now. And
Wow.
the sirens, they're not
The
consistent.
sirens.
Yeah, and the barbed wire is you
Where's the barbed wire?
you pay for what you get, I suppose, but it's hard to
Sure.
pass up a deal at Home Depot.
And now you saw that part of the house, and what you thought was this is going to be perfect for my child's bedroom. You said that I know where they're going to sleep. I know where little Johnny's going to sleep tonight, and it's going to be in this steel faulty keypadded room with the barbed wire.
Well, it was just like order of operations, I know where I'm gonna sleep,
Mm.
I know where my office is, and then the area that is left, gets to
It
go
goes
to
to the child. The
the child.
last available spot goes to your
Sure.
child.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it sounds like you're doing a perfect job raising this little darling bundle of joy, and I don't know how I could possibly inform your parenting in any meaningful way.
so but he's not passing your class.
Oh no, 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 a deep fail. Irrecoverable grade.
Oh,
There's no amount of extra credit or anything could help him out here. He is going to
should I
fail.
should I get a tutor?
Maybe. Are they going to be able to get in what sounds very much like a fortress?
I mean, I feel like I've got days that they can come in and out, no
Hmm.
problem. I don't know, something like 2 out of the 5 days they can come in and really
Maybe on
get
like a Tuesday or a Thursday.
I guess something like that. Spitballing.
I mean, you could get a tutor in. Like I said, it's not going to alter his grade for this semester, for this
Uh,
year.
uh,
But you could get a real good jump start on that summer school
uh,
to make it up in between, and then maybe fix the security system in your home or make that your office, and then you're trapped in there 3 days a week. And it's like you could get really productive if you have got no distractions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of
Mm.
like it's like Marie Kondo meets like an ancient army.
You really do deserve a raise. I mean, I couldn't pull those two things
I
together if
teach
I tried.
3 different subjects and they don't have anything to do with each other.
Oh my gosh. Do you feel
Yeah.
like you're on it 5 days a week, or do you feel like you have days where you're like, I would be much more productive if all these children were sort of shoved into some sort of broom closet and then padlocked in with a PE locker?
Can I tell you a secret?
Uh-huh.
I don't know a word of Spanish, but I teach it.
Oh.
And right at the top of every class, I say, I've got to go to the bathroom.
In
And then
English?
in English, because I don't know a word of Spanish. And then I write in like very sloppy cursive on the board and I say, look at that. And then I go to the bathroom for 40 minutes, and that's how long the class is.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they just got to be, working away while you're gone.
They're working away. They're clicking on their laptops. They're doing worksheets that I can't make heads or tails of. I give them random. I have a dice with all the letters on it, and I just roll and I say, that's your grade.
So my son, Johnny,
Yeah.
comes to your class 2 out of 5 days out of the week.
Yeah.
And it's just by sheer bad luck that he's failing your class.
He is failing, not because he's not smart.
Oh, he's
Your
brilliant.
son is an intelligence powerhouse.
You know what he did once is he reached through the prison bars of his
Ooh,
door and was
yeah.
able to construct a fob to let himself out to use the restroom. And I was like, this
A
kid's gonna be
phenom, this
baby
kid.
Einstein.
Yeah, he is amazing. I can't in all good conscience give him a good grade just because he's very, very smart. But he is an exceptional child. He probably knows more Spanish than I do, but he
Um,
doesn't know algebra.
uh, you're not a child psychologist, so I'm not gonna. I promise not to
No, I'm an adult.
hold you to it. Um, if let's say 3 out of 5 days out of the week,
Yeah.
I'm walking through my house and I overhear what sounds like my Johnny plotting his own escape and revenge.
Mm.
Is that like like a course material homework assignment, or is that something that I should follow up with?
Trying to remember the syllabus.
He
I
does
think
say it in English.
okay, that does say it in English. We did Count of Monte Cristo last year with Johnny, and I do remember that.
Classic Spanish literature.
Classic Spanish literature. We read it in what I have to assume is Spanish. Again, I don't know. Even by sight, I don't know if it is Spanish. But he seemed to really enjoy and take a lot of notes on Count of Monte Cristo last year. And he would kind of save them all in a notebook that he wouldn't let anybody see. And he always had those crazy eyes.
Oh,
You've probably seen those
yes.
crazy eyes where
Yes,
he's like always looking over
absolutely.
his shoulder. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's Johnny.
It's my boy.
Yeah. Whip crack smart, loves a revenge plot.
You know what? I wish we had teacher parent meetings more often.
We could just hang out on the weekends if you wanted to. I'm having a hell of a time.
Oh yeah, weekends. Usually I have one day out of the weekend that's like really, really
Oh,
like filled with lots of like, baseball and swimming and all that kind of thing. So
a sports day or like a field day, it sounds like you're having.
yeah, just like, we go out to the theme park or whatever it is on the one
Mm,
day.
that's great. Does Johnny go out to the theme park with you every
Yeah, on
weekend?
those days.
What about the other day? What's that filled with?
Oh, I hang him by his toes.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Uh, I'm sorry that's you said you were gonna lay down a funky bass line, and it's just not coming through on this end.
Oh, is it not? What does it sound like anything, or is it not come through at all?
Um, You know what? It might just be, just check the volume knob.
Got that cruising at a 9 on my bass. Is that
Okay, yeah, it should be coming in fine.
should be coming in fine?
Yeah, why don't you oh, there it is. Okay, I hear it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right.
It's just that George Clinton has like a pretty large standard for who he's gonna allow on the touring band. So we want to
Yeah.
make sure that all the musicians are equipped for kind of show that he's gonna be doing.
Okay. What kind of stuff? What kind of stuff does Mr. Clinton need from me? This is what I've got right here, just out of my own repertoire. Is I got this kind of thing.
Sure. You're doing a lot of, it's like a good, like a strut, sway kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I shuffle my feet back and forth.
Yeah. And
And then
then,
if need be, I can throw in a little bit of this.
okay. All right. You know, that's like icing on the cake, but we're gonna
Yeah.
need the cake part,
Oh, okay.
the bass playing.
The bass playing. And
Is
that
this why
so
they have
you don't just like play a bass track so I can really get into my groove on stage.
No, we don't do any overdubs on the live sets. George Clinton likes the whole band to be playing live.
Whole band to be like, that's fair. That's fair dinkum. I could probably learn then.
Oh, so you're not capable of doing that?
I know how to play my own songs,
Okay.
but I don't know how to play any of Mr. Clinton's tracks. I don't know if he has sheet music,
Well, there's
but I
sheet
don't know how to
music in
read. I don't know how to
front of
read
you.
sheet music either.
You don't know how to read sheet music?
Yeah, so if he could describe the bass line to me,
Uh-huh.
I maybe could.
I was told you were a friend of somebody else who we've been looking at, and they swore that you were like one of the best bass players that they knew.
Oh,
What do you think they were measuring you by?
I think maybe it was misconstrued. I said I came from a like bass playing royalty family.
What's that mean?
It means that my brother is Flea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. From the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, a
Which
bass
means that,
phenom.
wait, hold on. Which means that your name is
Bug. Generic Bug is my name.
Sure.
They didn't my parents said Flea, this guy's great, and then they met me instantly after I was born. And they said, boring. But I'm setting out to prove them wrong by playing with the invincible George Clinton.
Okay. Bug.
Yeah.
So you bring a certain je ne sais quoi to the bass playing role and less of bass playing skills.
Less of the bass notes, less of an ability to read music or play it even like first try based on hearing it. And more of a
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And
so if you give me like maybe like an ultimateguitartabs.com on all of George Clinton's music, or if he could just go like to me.
He's not
gonna do that?
He's way too famous and way too talented to like wait for a bass player to catch up. The bass is like the most important instrument in funk.
But if I
Yeah.
learn the songs, I'll be able to play the songs. I feel like you're not giving me a chance to even learn them. You're saying I should already know the songs when I come in to do the audition?
Well, he's been playing music for 50 years. I mean,
Yeah, I've been playing music for 3 years. What's the difference?
man, this is not a scenario to get aggravated. We're searching for the best bass player for the job, and I feel like you're making it more and more obvious that you're not what we're looking for, despite your royalty.
I got a bass guitar right here.
You have it, and I love how high you have it cinched up.
I got it really high up. I got to give it back to Flea tomorrow. But if I get this job, I can convince him that I could keep it.
Guitar even.
No, you think I own this bass guitar? This would be my first job.
Sorry, Bug, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
Okay, all right. So there is clearly a mix-up. I don't think that George Clinton's going to want an 11-year-old in his band, even if the 11-year-old was like a pretty decent bass player, which I gotta say, I'm not entirely. Maybe I'm speaking too early.
Hold on just a second. In
Yeah.
your head, Imagine just like the nastiest, filthiest bass line, groovy as hell that you've ever heard. Don't close your eyes though.
Oh, okay.
And so imagine it in your head, the bass line. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, now open your eyes.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I wasn't. No. That's not going to work with our audience. We're going to be in huge stadiums. Hey, bug.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was imagining it too.
Got into like a fugue state. I don't.
Yeah.
Um.
Sometimes I really believe I can play bass.
Do you say you can play your own music though?
Yeah.
Just give me a quick couple of bars of that. Maybe it's close to one of George Clinton's songs, and it'll be easy to transfer from one to the other.
Okay. Here's one I wrote just earlier this week. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, Bug.
Boom, 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 boom. What?
There's
Yeah.
two notes there. That's Seven Nation Army.
No, that was a
by-
lot of notes.
Sure. I have two thoughts.
Oh,
That's a song that already exists. It was written in the 2000s. It's Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. It's a very famous anthem song for like sports arenas now.
I've never heard that in my life.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
was noodling around on the bass the other day, and I thought this would be cool if like three armies on one side and four armies on the other side, they were attacking each other, and it was like, but then there was one other guy real far away, and they were like, oh my gosh, we got to stop that guy. They banded together to stop this one guy. They couldn't do it.
That's very specific and very much the actual song. I have a
I've
second
never
thought.
heard.
Secondly, when you play bass guitar, are you always mouthing and singing the bass notes?
No, that's just because I don't know where to put my fingers to make that sound.
Okay. So you're more of an a cappella bass player.
Yeah, but if I got the ultimateguitartabs.com version of his songs and Seven Nation Army, because I'd love the proof that that's a real song,
Sure.
then I could play them. How complex could George Clinton's music really be?
It's pretty, I mean, bass sounds easy, but it's very hard. It's very complex.
There's 4 strings. I got the handle on about one of them.
Okay. Just because you can hold on to it doesn't mean you have a handle on it.
Agree to disagree. I feel like it's the biggest one. That's the one I
Listen,
know.
Bug, I feel like you're not going to be a good fit for a bass player on this tour, but do you have any other qualities that maybe we could put you in at a different position?
I could play drums probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I've never tried, but I could probably do it. It's just hitting things with sticks. I do that all the time.
Under what scenario do you do that all the time, Bug?
Bored.
Okay. Well, I have a feeling it might not be the drummer job for you. We need someone to work the merch table. We need
Honestly, I'll play any instrument you want me to play.
Well, the merch table isn't really an instrument. It's more of a business and yeah.
Okay. And selling George Clinton's merch?
Yeah, that's right.
When I sell shirts, can I go,
That could actually sell more shirts.
okay, then I'll do it. I'm in.
Okay. Well,
I'm hired.
Okay, all right. Make sure Flea gets his bass guitar back though.
Yeah, I will. He gets so mad at me when I take it. He doesn't know I have it. I have to put it back before he notices. It's not on loan or anything.
I can't wait to be in a bus with you all year long.
You know, honestly, I've been getting a real friend vibe here. I feel like this is the beginning of something special for us.
I got it. I'm gonna promise I'm gonna keep it professional between you and I specifically.
Yeah, professional friends. Attorney at friendship. That's you and me.
All right, Bug.
All right. Catch you later.
Regret this.
I won't.
All right.
All right.
The adult sons of Sergei Ferutti.
Woo!
Tim and Jevin. But it's all out.
Woo-hoo!
Up before them was Peter Sings the Blues, Peter Connolly.
Yeah.